Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're not doing a review as such, we're doing a little comparison. While I've got this Doxa in at the moment from Francis and Coventry, I thought I'd do a review of similar price watches. So this comes in at £910. So now, here is my Sinn 556. I've had this for some time now, but Francis and Gay also sell this model, and at its base price I believe it comes in at around about £985. And here we have a completely left field watch. This is a Dwiss R2, and this you can get on the bracelet. I should point out these are available on bracelets also, but it takes a price point over £1,000. This, being that it's a Swiss micro brand, you also get the bracelet, which is a rather nice bracelet, and the rubber strap for around about £900 or £920, I think it is. I can't remember exactly, for this watch. Now, all these watches are powered by a Swiss movement. These both have the SW200, which is a fine movement, no problem at all. You can actually see it on this one, so it does have a display case. This one you can't. This has a Swiss movement, the Pursue P224, and basically it is a clone of the ETA 2824, which is also what the Sleater SW200 is. It's a clone of the ETA 2824, but this one is really well decorated. I put all these watches on the time grapher earlier, and to be fair, they all run really well. They all run within chronometer specs, so no problem at all. If you were going to be super picky, you would say that this one was zero beat error, so it's probably the slightly better out of the ones. This one was next, and then this one, but I'm not kidding, we're talking the difference between 1 or 2 seconds a day. So they all have very good movements. All of them are, I believe it's around about 25 dual movements each, and around about 38 hours of power reserve. So size wise, we have a 42mm watch, a 38.5mm watch, but dial size, there's actually, if anything, I'd say the Sinn has got the larger dial than the two, because this obviously has this bezel on there. So, and that does take up a lot of the real estate of the dial. Then we have what looks like the biggest watch is actually a 40mm case, but because of these lugs sticking out so far, it almost has like a cushion case to it. It looks bigger. So what do you get for your 910 hard-earned pounds on this? Say, the rubber strap, the Sleater movement, 200 meters of water resistant, the only watch in the group which actually has a bezel, but for some reason hasn't got an illuminated loom pip, which seems a loom pip on it, which is a bit strange. But as for bezel action, I've just recently reviewed the 300T and the next model down, and this has got the best bezel action out of all of them. Very firm, positive, yeah, no problems at all. No ceramic insert there. So it's a 200-meter diver, solid watch, looks great on the wrist beam, but it's got that funky colour. Does have a date window also. The loom is okay. I'd say the Sinn has the better loom out the two of them. The Sinn, now you have a printed dial where that has applied hour markers on there, but it is kind of cool, very utilitarian tool looking watch. You do have a date window on this, but love it or hate it, at the 4:30 position it's smaller than most, but I like it because a lot of people look at this watch and don't even notice there is a date window there. So horses for courses, you get, you like it or not. The case, solid display case to see the actual movement, 200-meter diver, and yeah, I really like this watch, so much so I own this one. Now we have the Dwiss R2. The Dwiss is just, they're bonkers at Dwiss. This is their entry level watch, and it's still a bit mad. They've done tourbillons. They've also done the rotating hands like on the Urwerks and the MB&F. They do all this kind of stuff, but this is their sedate, down-to-earth kind of watch. This has a complication of the floating hour hand, and let's zoom in a little bit because you need to on this one. It also has a date window. Now, you might see it down there at 11 o'clock, but to say a date window isn't actually the right way of saying it, because it actually floats around the dial. And I just think that's kind of just funky and cool. The only problem is you actually have to look at the dial to see, and study the dial to see where the date window is on that day. Now, the floating hour hand on this, it's the only watch, I should point out, without a screw down crown. It only has 100 meters of water resistant. Now, if I pull this out, you'll see what I mean by a floating hour. So, as you can see there, this floats around the dial. Pretty conventional how to read. It's just there's no stem going to the pinion in the center there. So, there you go. A little bit funky. Now, the loom on this watch, I would say it's okay, but it's not the easiest watch to read at night. The Sinn, I would say, wins when it comes to that, but the actual watch itself does have a display case back on there. It also has a quick release system on the bracelet for removing it. I think it's a cracking watch and something a bit left field. So, 3 watches, all round about the same price, but please let me know which one you'd go for. I'll put them all on my wrist so you have an idea how they look. At the minute, I'm wearing a Breitling Colt 41. I'll put the Doxa on first. My wrist size, I should point out, is 7¼ inches or thereabouts, and there you go. So it looks quite nice on the wrist, I think, and I say it is available in a whole host of different colours, so you kind of get there's probably a colour you really like or don't like, you'll be able to find it. And there is a bead of rice bracelet available. Now the Sinn, do forgive the EZM1 straps there, it's not the original one for it, but they work. I think it's got that kind of timeless classic look to it, but I say each to their own. Now the Dwiss. Now, if you did want to buy the Dwiss, you would have to go to their website. I think they've got free shipping and everything, and that's the Dwiss. And it's actually, I think it could be the slimmest watch out. No, I think it's borderline between this and the Sinn, but it does look incredibly slim on the wrist. So, yeah, all got sapphire crystals, all look pretty funky, but you've got to be dared to be different. You've got to be a bit, daring, say, to spend your hard-earned cash on this one, because it is a kind of an independent. But which would you choose out of these 3 watches? Let me know in the comments below. Which would you go for and why? Okay, all the best, and I'll see you at the next video. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye.